Good evening, everyone. This is the session 2 of the drop-in offerings by District 73 Team Pathways. We had Michael Clancy yesterday doing the session 1 for advanced pathways. So today I'll be discussing with you guys just the basic pathways. We'll be discussing how to log in, how to choose your pathways, um, a few things. Feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions, or just unmute yourself. I'll be happy to answer your question, and if anyone would like to answer the question back in behalf for any advanced questions, I'll just butt in. We'll just have just a normal um, conversation with this session. We would like to be as interactive as possible. Let's get going. So just this might not be. I'm afraid, as I said, uh, I'm aware that you guys already know how to log into Toastmasters website, but I'll just really run quickly on how to log into Toastmasters website. So choose a fast browser. I would recommend Chrome or Opera. Opera, I use Opera for my browser. I don't use Internet Explorer because I find it really slow. So when you log into Toastmasters, so you just go to, obviously, you just have to go to toastmasters.org, and this is your login page. Click that top login. A lot of my new members, a lot of our new members miss this very small login button at the very top. So might be a really good idea to show them where to find it. For the first time login, you will have to know your username and password. In case you forgot your password or you miss your email from the Toastmasters, just click this forgot password and it will ask you your email address. So this is the email address that you register, you put in when you log into, when you filled up your application form. So let's go back to the login page. So you will enter your email address and password. Click login button. Once you log in, you will notice the welcome. Oops, sorry. You will welcome the welcome link at the very top. So this is where your login page. So congratulations, we were able to log into to your Toastmasters account for the very first time. Okay, so what's next if you're a new member to Pathways? I would recommend for new members to sample the first project. I would not recommend for them to look at the pathways at this time. This is because I find it very overwhelming for new members. So for our club, normally I would recommend them to do their very first project. So this is available to everyone. You don't have to activate your pathways at this point yet. So when you sample your icebreaker, so let's go back to your Toastmasters login page. So click that pathways, and then it will pop up some more sub menu. Now let's go to that learn more, and then this is where it will land. So this is your page. It's a very big page, and I find it, if you're new to Toastmasters website, it's kind of hard to find your way around. So this is where you want your new member to go. Sample your first project link. And it will land you here. Now let's click that, break the ice. So it will ask your preferred language, let's say English, and it will launch the actual project. So this is the actual Toastmaster project, the online learning. So let's be familiar with the navigation with the online learning. So this icon is for you to move to the next page of your project. that icon is for you to go back to the previous page. Now, a lot of members miss this one, the select to move to another section. So if you want to go back or to see what are the upcoming pages for your project, you simply go to this drop down and it will show you what are the next or upcoming pages. Now, before, you have to bear in mind that if there is an icon like this in the middle, you need to click next, not the icon on the, not the arrow at the left or right. You need to go through, you need to go through all the questionnaire until you finish your assessment. Then you need to click submit, because a lot of members miss that and they click the arrow on the right side instead of clicking submit. So you need to click that submit. Now, so is manual available? Can you download your project? Definitely yes. So this is very helpful for members that is not technology savvy or do not have, or they don't have access to internet all the time, or they just simply prefer a manual or a book that they can read anytime. So I would recommend that you go through your online, you launch your project, and each project has this page. You only need to download one, this print my project. Once you click that, it will open another browser. It will look something like this. So this is a PDF format that you can download or print. Normally, I recommend that the member, our new member, download their project so they can have a look at it anytime without the need of logging into Toastmasters website. And it's also for their reference. It's like having your project with you all the time. So what's next? So once you have launched your sample icebreaker project, contact your VPE to schedule your icebreaker. And now, at this time, once you have a taste of the online learning system, I think it's about time that you can decide which path you are going to take to choose. I will now introduce you to the 11 paths. Does anyone have any questions at this point? No? Okay. Is everyone good or? Okay.
I have a question. Sorry, Christina. It's Stephen.
Okay, Stephen.
So you don't need to, you need to first have your registration, registering with TMI before you can actually log into the website, I gather. And then what you're saying is, first of all, to do your icebreaker speech before you select a path?
This is just my personal recommendation. This is to not overwhelm the new member, but it's, if you think the new member is is a bit advanced, then by all means have the new member choose their path. So this is based on my experience as a VPE and as a president of our club. I find that it's asking the member to choose their path straight away doesn't work. So what I find it really useful is I ask them to do their icebreaker first and have a taste of what a pathways is. And then after the icebreaker, I let them, I introduce them to the pathways. So it's just my personal recommendation.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let me introduce you to the 11 paths. Now, think of a path as a course in university. Well, it's like attending, let's think of Toastmaster as a Toastmasters university, where there's 11 courses or 11 paths. So we call it path. So it's actually, it's if you compare to the real life, it's course. It's your course. So each of the 11 paths or your Toastmaster course has 5 core competencies. One of the 5 core competencies is public speaking and confidence. Confidence is special because it cannot be taught, but it can be learned during when you're doing any of the path. So public speaking and confidence skills are learned or gained in all 11 paths or your Toastmaster course. Interpersonal communication is available in some of the paths, and you have strategic leadership and your management view. So all these core competencies, depending on your chosen path or depending on what you want out of Toastmasters, you can decide what course or what path you want to undertake for your Toastmasters journey. So here are the 11 paths. Just take a moment in looking at these 11 paths. As you have noticed, all 11 paths, it has public speaking, the number 1, and number 5 as the skills you will gain when taking this, when taking any of these paths. And the rest, like effective coaching, it's only focused on aside from public speaking, it's only focused on interpersonal communication and management. It's not focusing on, it will not help you gain strategic leadership. So the 5 core competencies actually help you which path you want to undertake or depend on what you want to gain out of your pathways. Can I ask anyone what's your path at the moment that you guys are undertaking?
Hi, Christina. It's Carole.
Yeah.
I'm on my 4th path, and it is team collaboration. And I'm currently on level 4, but I'm really going much slower with this one to take my time. There's so many bigger projects in it. And I have completed effective coaching, motivational strategies, strategic relationships, and communication.
Oh, wow. 4 paths. Hi, Daryl. Welcome to the session. We're just
Hello, Christine. Yeah, I'm listening.
Which path are you on? Are you working on, Daryl?
I'm working on 2, presentation mastery and also effective coaching, which I've really just commenced. Yeah.
Okay. Presentation mastery and effective coaching. So both doesn't have strategic leadership core. Thank you, Daryl. Brian, what part are you doing at the moment?
I'm doing the presentation mastery course, Carole. Sorry, Christina.
Okay. Thank you. Michael?
I am doing innovative planning and persuasive influence.
Innovative planning and persuasive influence. So I've just noticed that you hit all the 5 core competencies there. Innovative planning and the persuasive influence. Hi, Geoffrey. Welcome.
Hi, Christina.
Welcome to the session. We're just asking everyone what's their path at the moment. Which path?
Yes, I think mine's presentation mastery.
Presentation mastery. Thank you very much. I've found one forum that if you specifically want to learn public speaking, presentation mastery and engaging humor is the way to go. So I couldn't remember where I saw some forum that is saying that if you just mainly want to improve your public speaking, these are the 2 that's best for a new member. All right, let's go back to Toastmasters. So now you're familiar with the pathways. You're ready to choose your pathways. Or if you want to choose another path when you finish your first path. So go back to pathways and the submenu will come up. I would just want to encourage everyone to have your members familiarize with this menu. There's a lot of very useful information in the Toastmaster websites. One of the things that I would recommend that you guys as a new member is to access the navigator. Really, really useful for new members. Okay, let's click on Start Page. I've noticed that the Start Page and the Choose Path, it leads you to the same page, which is choosing your pathways. So this is where this is the landing page when you click either of those menu. So from here, you can go straight to Basecamp if this isn't your first time, or if you're one of the VPE, president or secretary, you can log in as a Basecamp manager to manage your members or your club pathways. Now let's try to click let's choose a path. So when you want to choose another path, or if you're new choosing a path, so click this icon, continue to path selection. This is for the new members, this is free, but since I've already chosen my first path, so it says $20. But for new member, this is actually says it's free. So you don't have to worry about that if you're a new member. So then click take your assessment. And it will prompt you for a new window. Now you have to choose your language, select assessment language, for example, English, and then click start. So there's a series of questions when choosing your path. This actually takes quite a bit of time. So this is one of the reasons why I don't ask new members in our club to straight away choose their path, because just selecting the path is quite daunting. It's just too many steps. So that's one of the reasons. So that's why I asked them to do their icebreaker first. So choose the things that interest you most, and then go through all the questionnaires. So that will lead you to, that will make your path or your first path activated. Just want to touch on the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. DTM is the highest award that a Toastmaster can achieve in their Toastmasters journey. For pathways and legacy system is now going to be the end. The legacy system is ending in June 2020. So after June 2020, everyone will be working on pathways DTM. So the pathways DTM for new members, or for everyone, you need to at least finish at the minimum 2 paths. So whatever, it's 2 different paths. And then you need to be a club officers, and you need to serve as a district officers as well. You also need to be a club mentor or a club coach. And then on top of that, you either sponsor a club or do a speech club, or be or a member or organizing committee for the youth leadership program. After all that, you also need to do a DTM project, and then you can have your Distinguished Toastmaster Award. I think a few of us, I think Carole and Debbie are the DTM. Michael, are you DTM already?
No, I'm not. I'm working on that under the traditional program, and I will eventually get to it on the new program as well.
Okay.
I'm DTM under Legacy, not Pathways.
All right. Yes.
Which is similar but different. Yeah.
And my situation is similar. I have 2 DTMs in the Legacy program, but I'm currently working on my DTM for Pathways.
All right. Oh. Very advanced members. We have very advanced members. Yes. I feel honored that I'm doing this presentation. I don't have any DTM. I'm only CC with the Legacy program. Anyway, that's all for my presentation. I do know that I acknowledge that most of you guys here are not new members. But if you guys have any questions about pathways, or if you have new members that has question with pathways, any challenges?
No, but even though I am familiar with pathways and everything, you have taught me something today, because I forgot about that little bit, go to your icebreaker down the bottom. So there you go. It's always great to attend these functions. We learn so much because we all have skills to share, and there's a lot of information, and we all need to keep repeating it so that it sinks in here.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome. Wonderful presentation.
Yes, I'm enjoying it too, for learning new things along the way. And I just wanted to pass on that I did a Pathways presentation for a club last week, and we also said to them that the best thing to choose is your icebreaker straight from TI before you worry about choosing a path, because it takes away all of that onerous step, and you can concentrate on what you want to do for your first speech. Plus, I also advised people to download the Navigator, because first-time Toastmasters also need to know, well, what are the roles that are happening in my club meeting when I go along? Often they are not explained in full for those newcomers. So the Navigator is a really good tool to give people.
Yes, I agree. I find it, I try not to overwhelm the new members, because we're very lucky this year. We got 8 new members, and there's so many of them. And then if I try to bombard them with information, it's just information overload. So I've learned my lesson not to give everything all at once. So step by step. So yes.
Christine, I think that's a very good idea. And I'd probably add to that to think that, and I know Brian's online as well from Bendigo, that a possible thought would be that every time we have a meeting, that someone adds a little bit of information to the people there. So certainly, as opposed to overwhelming, just a little bit spoon feeding at the time. So thanks for your presentation. And while I'm on the subject, perhaps someone could tell me, when you have an evaluation done, like an icebreaker and so on, do you then transfer that information into the Pathways site?
I do recommend that our members to upload their evaluation, their completed evaluation to Toastmasters, to the Basecamp. If
So you scan that in, do you?
If they take a photo using their phone, so they take a photo and then they can upload it to Toastmaster website, to Basecamp basically, or if they have a folder in their in their own local drive.
Right. Okay.
So the thing is, they have to keep this evaluation form, because I always have to remind them, keep this evaluation form, because if there's a new VPE, or if they decide to go to the other club, at least they have this evaluation with them, and they can show their VPE that, yep, I've already done this project, and I'm ready to move on.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Can I just clarify? It's not a requirement, is it, to upload it? Because I haven't been doing it, I confess.
It's not.
No, it's not a requirement.
It's not compulsory. No.
It's not compulsory. There's a lot of things that it's not specifically. The tool is there. It's for members' use, but it's not compulsory.
In effect, every Toastmaster has a spot on the Toastmasters cloud where they can save all their evaluations. It's up to the individual as to whether they use it.
Right, and that's easy to do, is it?
I can show it to you guys if you have time. Oh, do we still have time, Carole? I believe we still have time. I can quickly show you.
Fine.
That'd be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah,
I can quickly show you guys.
Thanks, Christina.
Very easy. So let's go back to the Toastmaster website.
Yep.
One tip, if you want to go straight to Basecamp, just click this welcome link.
You're still screen sharing.
You need to restart.
Reshare. Oh, okay. Reshare. Apologies.
That's right.
That's okay.
So
it's all right. You're in IT, Christina.
So just
remember, we're a supportive learning environment.
Okay, you're sharing. So where am I?
You're doing a good job.
Okay. All right. So can you see my Toastmaster webpage?
Yes, we can.
yes, we do.
Okay,
Oh, what a lovely photo.
cool.
Mine looks horrible.
All right, so let's go back. So let's say we're just logging in to Toastmaster website. So a lot of people still doesn't know this really quick link to Basecamp. So when you log in to Toastmaster website, at the very top, you click the welcome link. And that will go straight to this really neat.
That's really good.
Oh, hi, Ron.
Hi.
Hi, Patty.
Mine doesn't have welcome Christina on mine.
No, you need to log in first after you log in. Okay, so let's go to Basecamp. So you can either click this go, or you can click the enrolled one part. So either way. So let's go to Basecamp. Okay. So this is our Basecamp. This is our online learning system. So you can access everything here. Now let's go to, let's access my path. Okay. So these are all my transcripts. So from here, you see this e-portfolio?
Yep.
So you click that. And then from here, you can see documents. Click the document. And you can see all the level 1, level 2, level 3. So this is where, unfortunately, it's not group per path, so it's per level. So if you're working on 2 to 3 paths, you only have one level, level 1, level 2. So it's all. So for example, level 1, click that one.
Yeah, so the ones that I've saved into mine, I've preempted each one. So if it's effective coaching, I've done it ECL1.
Yeah. So
icebreaker or whatever.
Oh, I see. Yep.
So then from here, you can just click add file and click add file, select file, and then you can just browse where your file is.
Right.
As simple as that.
Okay.
I'll send you guys the how to document on how to upload your evaluation or any files.
Well, that's all in Navigator as well, isn't it? So.
It's in the resources. Okay, now I'm getting really excited. So there's a lot of things that you can do in Basecamp. I would recommend that you guys explore this tutorial and resources. This is where you're gonna get all the how-to. You can practically download everything and give it to your members. So one of the things that I do is I click materials, and then you get all the navigator, and then you can search for resource documents, the navigator, frequently asked questions, English, and you have all these PDF documents.
Right.
Let's say tutorials for quick reference guide, English, everything is here. See,
right, so it's just a matter of working through it step by step.
So there's a lot. So this one, all this PDF shows you how to do things. Like this one, how to access your certificates, your evaluation resources. Really good reference, a how-to reference, completing a level. So what I did for our club is I downloaded all this PDF, and for every time when a member asks for, how do I do this? How do I complete a level? So I just give them this PDF. So I don't give them all at the same time. As I've said, I try not to overwhelm the members. So this is another hidden gems inside the Basecamp. All these resources available under the Basecamp. So if you go to Basecamp, tutorial and resources.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
Just a question. Is there any way to do an evaluation online, or do you always have to print out the paper form?
If you have computer, it depends how you guys meet. If you're meeting with a computer, then maybe you can type while doing the evaluation. I do find that quite difficult. It's up to the member. You can definitely type while evaluating, but I couldn't see that how it works.
I would also point out you still have to give a verbal evaluation. The written evaluation is just a précis of what you've given as your praise, improved praise, although the written has you excelled at, you may want to work on and to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Yep, sure.
It also has a 1 to 5 scale for general speaking ability. So
yeah, I find that I've done a few of these evaluations, verbal and otherwise, and I end up getting 2 or 3 pieces of paper if the members remember to print them out, etc. I'm just thinking it's such a waste of paper.
Yes.
When they're pretty well standard, and I could be just sort of make notes and then go home. Is it possible to go home and just type it up?
Yes, it is, Patty. It's Carole. Can I explain that if you have a copy of the fillable evaluation resource that you've downloaded from TI, then you can complete it at your computer, save it as a new PDF, and send it to your speaker. You can make the notes during the meeting, of course, as we normally do, and give your verbal, but to avoid all that paperwork, you could do it straight into the document as long as you have the fillable copy. So be wary of that one.
Okay.
And usually the Save to PDF section's under the print button, isn't it, Carole? Depending on your...
Yes, when you're actually online and you're collecting your resource in your online class, it will allow you to download that evaluation directly from there. Does that make sense, Patty?
Yep. And can you access the evaluations for, if a member's doing a project, can they send you a link to the fillable, or can you access it?
All the evaluations are available for everyone.
Yeah.
So if you know what, so you can do 2 things. One, you can ask your member. I apologize, my 4 years old is running crazy. So you can do 2 things. One, you can ask your member to send you the evaluation form or to have them print. 2, you can download it yourself. It's all available in Basecamp. So if you go back to Basecamp, so this is the Basecamp that we have.
Yeah.
These are all speech evaluations button.
Okay.
So you just have to know what's the project that they're working on. All the evaluations from all the projects are available for everyone. You don't have to be doing that project to download the evaluation. So yeah. So I've downloaded all of these already so that I can have it printed anytime when our member need to download it, just in case, because our members, I have to be proactive. I have to make sure that we have the evaluation, and most of the time they forget to print their own evaluation form. So I have downloaded this for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so there you go. To answer your question, all the evaluation forms are available to everyone.
And they're printable, updatable PDFs, or do you have to do something special?
Yes. I can show you. So when you click this, let's see this one. Click launch.
Yeah.
So this will open a PDF format. So all this is PDF. So it's just a PDF. You can download it. So you can't edit it here, but you can. So I normally just download it. Let's just get an example. I'll just download it. So I'm just downloading it now. So let me just share. So this is the can you guys see the file? So this is the downloaded form.
Mm-hmm.
So I will open that in PDF in Adobe Acrobat. So if you want to fill up everything in online, you don't want to print it, you can just type it here, like Christina Barbonio.
So
Don't
you
forget
need
to
Adobe
change your
Acrobat,
share.
not just Adobe Reader, to be able to do that. Is that right?
We're still on your index screen.
Oh, sorry.
New share.
how do I share? There you go. Okay. What's your question, Brian? Is that Brian or Geoffrey?
You need Adobe Acrobat the full rather than just Adobe Reader to do that, do you?
No. Adobe Reader is fine.
You can fill it. Okay.
You can fill it with Adobe Reader.
It's just how you go to save it. So, Christina, do you want to pop your name in there or whatever?
Yeah. Can you guys?
Can I show you what I've been doing for Christina?
Okay.
Maybe that's faster.
All right. Cool.
So
I'll stop share.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, this is just the PDF. I've saved it under Christina's name with the date. I've got here that it's Christina, my own name there, the speech title, which is Beginning Pathways, and I've put in some general comments, which I've been, thinking about while I've been doing all this, and going through all the values that on there. So there were a couple that were not really applicable, so I just put those as she's accomplished in them, but they weren't really applicable for this presentation. And there's the evaluation criteria if you need to concern yourself about it. So that's quite doable on a computer. And what I would generally do is email this to Christina, or I might just attach it to, just save, because I don't know if I've saved it. I'll attach it to the conference or the Zoom session, and Christina can then download it immediately.
You can see that's an editable form because it's got and I think the other form that Christina downloaded didn't look very editable, but I presume.
It could also be some of the tools I'm using. I don't know, because I work in IT too, and I've got so many tools. But
so if you could, Michael, just so for Patty and for the basic people, I know when I first started to use it online, this was how it was explained to me. So when you'll go to print it, so you've completed the fillable form and go control print.
It'll print to my local printer.
No, just print. Now, it'll bring you your drop-down box.
It's just getting
to select your printers, and you'll actually ask for it to go to as a PDF. Save it as a PDF.
Okay.
Yep. So you'll do that. You'll save it to your computer in a file, and then you can email it off. So you can call it Christina's evaluation.
Yeah. No, it's just.
And then you can email it.
I was just looking at getting it. If there was this particular, I work in IT as well. We're all the IT people. I've got 4 screens here.
I've only got the 2.
I've only got 1.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I work from home 3 days a week.
Got problems.
Okay, I can come to all of you people for help.
No, that's fine. Because I can I can organise to have a small laptop there, and just I've got a very small travel laptop or an iPad or something, travel laptop, and it just seems to me like a paper. I hate printing paper these days.
Exactly. Yeah. You can avoid it. And so this is what I find works best, because if people then lose their, for some reason the email doesn't get to them, you've still got it.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Well, thank you, guys.
No worries. Do we have any more questions, any inquiries? So this is the last session we have for this, shall we call it edition? So we had Michael yesterday and for the session 1. And this is the session 2. Do you guys have any more questions?
I've just got one, Christina or Michael.
Yes?
I think someone was going to share stuff with me from last night, the slides, but I haven't had any email from anyone today.
Yes, that's me, Geoffrey. I've got it. I apologize. I was busy.
Well, I've added a few slides since then.
Oh, right.
Because after talking to people, so are you still seeing my screen?
Yes.
So I went through the actual and gave you the full overview of what you need for the level 5.
Oh, wonderful, Michael.
And
that's great.
So I've put those 2 both on there, because even though they are different projects, you read them, they're almost identical.
Right.
Team building is a bit more different. There's a lot more in the team. So you've got the full list of what you require for the level 5s and that. And I noticed I might have actually saved an older version. I better make sure I've saved that one.
Yeah.
So I'll attach that again and you'll be able to download it. And Christina, I'll attach your appraisal as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a copy of that. I wasn't on yesterday's one. Just a quick question, guys. If you've done things like high performance leadership in the past, but you actually haven't claimed it, can you claim it now or do you have to redo it?
I believe it's to be the Pathways HPL project.
Okay. And what about doing things like district?
If it's an unclaimed district role, I believe that's okay.
Okay.
All right, just a suggestion for you, Michael. There's probably the slides might be a little large with some of the images on it, but you might want to try sharing it in the chat file or send it to me and we'll upload it to the District 73 Pathways Resources page.
Okay, well, I'll attach them now.
That'll be good because I haven't seen them. I wasn't here yesterday.
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
One of those best ever days, was it?
Yeah. I'll do Christina's evaluation first.
Yes.
Because that's the important thing here. For those that missed out yesterday, you should have been there. I mean, it was bells and whistles and absolutely everything else.
Well, some people got to work and run the country, I suppose.
Is this a self-evaluation, Michael?
I was making sure everybody was getting gas yesterday, so you know, if it wasn't for me, we'd all be freezing.
Good on you, Michael. And
there you go.
Thank you.
Just two little things, Christina. My name, I know it looks a bit strange because you've got an O there, but when you pronounce that name, it's actually a silent O. You ignore the O, so it's Jeffrey.
Yes,
yeah.
I've heard yes.
I just thought I should let you know because our language is a bit weird sometimes. But the second thing, and I'm happy to talk to someone else as a separate phone call. Since NBN came to our place, I haven't been able to use my printer. Normally it's a wireless printer, so I can print from the next room. All you IT people there, is there someone that could either perhaps later talk me through what to do? I'm a little bit of a tech novice.
Jeffrey, I'll just ask you a question. Did you get a new modem with your...
Yes.
You're not connecting through to the new modem. You've got to connect your printer to the new modem.
And put the password on the back of your box on it.
Yeah, it's either
my computer's connected to the modem, but the printer.
Yes, but your printer isn't. So you're using it as a gateway, and that's what they're designed for. But you've got to actually connect the IP address or something like that from your modem to the printer and vice versa, and that way it's discoverable by all the systems on your modem.
So I enter that information into the printer, do I?
Yeah, that would be my advice. It depends on the printer and other things and how you've got it set up.
So I enter the modem details into the printer.
It's either connect the printer.
I'm going to say bye-bye, guys.
I would say yes.
Hey guys, before we end the night, can I just ask anyone? This is in behalf of our District 73 Team Pathways. If you guys have any suggestions, requests for our next online training?
When are you planning the next round of online training first?
That will be a Carole question. We don't. I think we already have a date, aren't we, Carole?
We're trying for the end of each month. We're not sure what the next topics will be for the education, and we're having a team meeting next week. So if you've got some suggestions, you could send them through to me at my PC at d73toastmasters.org.au, because now the time has come for Christina to wrap up. And Michael, could you close your screen share now? That would be awesome. Because I do want to say thank you, a big thank you to Christina for taking us through the basics, where it opens up a whole raft of new questions for people and new learnings, regardless of whether we're IT experts, pathways, divas or not. So thank you, Christina. A big round of applause.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys learned something. Yes. Until next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Christina.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Christina.